Hey guys, I'm doing a Q&A type thing today. I just want to remind people that this is my opinion, and if you don't agree with me, that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and if you do agree with me, that's great. Anyways, I'm going to try and keep these answers a little bit short and sweet. I've got a little bit of notes in front of me. Some questions I could elaborate a little bit more on, but then we'll have a 30-minute Q&A and nobody's going to want to watch that. Okay, so get straight into it. The first question is, do you only train vegans? No, part of the reason I got into this industry was to help out others. You know the saying, you can lead a horse to water but can't make it drink. If people are looking for help in their fitness journey, hopefully I can help them achieve their goals. And if along the way I can introduce a more plant-based diet to them, then that's a bonus. What made you go vegan, and for how long have you been vegan? So my sister's been a vegetarian since I was 6 and a vegan for the past 3 years, so she's definitely had the biggest influence on me. She was always trying to get me to try it because she's seen the results and she knows it's such a great lifestyle and she knows that I love animals. And it took some time for me to get into it, but once I did, I've never looked back. Once I knew I could not only function fine but also thrive on a vegan lifestyle, it was the final nail in my meat-eating coffin. How long have you been vegan? I've been vegan almost 5 months, and I decided recently that I'm going to be a vegan for the rest of my life. What makes a good personal trainer? Well, obviously the more you know, the better you will be, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that trainer is the best for you. I think a lot of trainers and people forget the personal side of training. If you can't connect with your trainer, it doesn't matter how much they know. Some people are going to want to train for maximum results. Some people will do it for a more companionship type thing, and others will do it just to get generally fit. So you can't train everybody the same. For me, it's understanding your client first, what their goals are, understanding how to motivate them properly, building a genuine friendship with them, and then implementing a workout and nutrition regime that's beneficial to them. Difficulties you have faced being vegan. The first one is milk. And that's not me wanting to drink milk, that's milk being in everything. You start going down the aisles of supermarkets and you start turning things around and you realise that milk is in everything. It's like, why is milk in this for? It makes no sense that it should be in here, but it is. The next one would be food at parties. I went to a party recently and there was nothing for me to eat there pretty much. It was mostly all meat dishes and stuff like that. So if you're not going to sort of be prepared and take some food for yourself, you might go a little bit hungry. And another one would be the ignorance of people. You tell people you're going vegan and it's like the whole world is upside down. You know, most people will come at you with, you know, where do you get your protein from? There is other sources of protein out there than animals. Last time I checked, you know, plants have protein too, and your body doesn't need as much protein as many people have you believe. And lastly, I'll tell you a funny story actually. One of my friends who will remain nameless, I said to him, I'm like, guess what man, I'm going vegan. And he's like, so you can only eat grass? And I'm sitting down thinking, man, this guy's actually being for real, so you know, I'll go along with it. I'm like, yeah man, I can only eat grass. And he's like, fuck Paris, no good. I'm sitting there, I'm like, nah man, what do you think this is? I'm a cow? Well, I can only eat grass. So it's funny what some people's perspective on veganism is. I thought that was hilarious. That's actually hilarious. Hilarious. What are some of the positive feelings and benefits you have seen since becoming vegan? Well, the first one is energy. It's not like I'm bursting out with energy. It's more, I was a person who would always have an afternoon nap. Didn't matter if I was doing strenuous work or I was sitting on my ass. Every day, or at least every second day, I would always have an afternoon nap. And since becoming a vegan, I've had this many naps. So that's definitely something that you notice. The next thing would be your recovery time after training. The next day, you're nowhere near as sore the next day, which is ideal because you want to do more workouts, get more reps in, get more sets in. So the first thing you notice after that is that you're actually not as sore the next day. So that's something that's very, very positive. And the last one would be knowing that you're doing good to your body. You know, knowing that you're making a difference to animals. You know, if I can not only function fine but also thrive on a vegan lifestyle and of course save animals in the process, it's a no-brainer for me. Plus your mood is more uplifted, you're more happy. I don't know if it's all the GMOs and toxins in the other foods, but you definitely notice all these things once you switch to a vegan lifestyle. Have you eaten anything non-vegan since becoming a vegan? I have.
Vegan police!
Unintentionally, of course. The first one was when I was at that party and there wasn't pretty much anything to eat. There was some lollies there. I know it's not obviously great, but like I said, there was pretty much nothing for me to eat. So I just went and grabbed some Skittles, had some Skittles, and the next day, or a couple of days later, I went to the supermarket and I was just checking the ingredients and a few things. And I had a look at Skittles, and I'll give you one guess. What was in the ingredients in Skittles? Yes, it was milk. Like, why is milk in Skittles for?
No vegan diet, no vegan powers!
That was one, and the second one was my dad made pesto pasta. I didn't think much of it at the time until I went and checked the ingredients a couple of days later, and I turned it over. And let's have one more guess of what was in there. Of course, it was milk. So like I said, milk is in everything, things that it shouldn't be in. Tips for becoming vegan. The first one is getting support from someone who is vegan to help show you the ropes. Being around other vegans is a good way to start. But if you don't have any vegan friends or family members, then I would say YouTube. Watch as much as you can of other people's journeys and advice. I only have my sister in all of my friends and family who is vegan. So I started off watching people like Timothy Sheaf, Duran Rider, Freely, Fruitarian Al. People like that. Just give them a look. Then the next one would be probably reading 80-10-10 by Dr. Douglas Graham. It's going to give you a great understanding of how and why to make a switch to a vegan diet. Next one would be when first starting out. I think Chronometer is a must do. I used Chronometer for the first month just so I knew how much calories I was consuming and learning about other fruits and veggies in the process. And probably the last one would be, take food in your car. If you're going to go to a party or something like that. So, I learned the hard way, so hopefully you don't have to go starving or eat something non-vegan. And last question, what did you eat before switching to a vegan diet? Before I became vegan, I was on a low-carb, high-protein, calorie restriction diet. And even though I did see some results, the amount of overeating on animal-sourced protein and undereating on carbs was something that I struggled to maintain. Think of it like this. I'm hungry, but I can't eat any more carbs for the day because I've already hit my numbers. So I guess I just got to crack open another can of tuna, grab more slices of ham, smash down another meal replacement protein shake. So, but whereas being on a high carb, low fat vegan diet, I can eat as much as I want whenever I want, choosing from an abundance of fruit and vegetables that not only nourishes your soul, but makes you feel absolutely wonderful in the process. You see how much vegans eat. Yet majority of them are slim and fit, and more importantly, remain that way. So it's such a great lifestyle. I recommend it to absolutely everybody. Okay, so that's all the questions for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching this. Like I said, if you don't agree with some of my opinions, that's fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Other than that, I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch all you guys next time.